Hey, what's up guys? So it looks like there is a new radar detector that's going to be coming out from Escort that's going to be called the new Escort IX. It's basically going to be an update to their 9500 IX, which up to this point has been one of their best-selling detectors. For those of you guys who are familiar with it, retails for $450, and it's kind of one of their plug-and-play detectors where you got your automatic GPS lockout, so you can put it on your windshield, drive around, and it automatically learns where your false alerts are located and locks them out over time. You know, a lot like the Max does. This was kind of the predecessor to the Max. Now, if we take a look at this guy, you can notice that it does have an updated case. So again, it's got the 9500 IX with more power, new features, and a sleek new design. Cool. So let's see, what else does this ad tell us? By the way, this ad was posted on RDF. A big thank you to Pointer Cone for actually sharing this new detector. So this was just posted, and I kind of wanted to share what we know about it so far, right? So let's take a look. So you got long range protection, fastest response time. It looks like this detector is going to be like the 9500 IX, but they're going to be adding BSRDR like they have with their new versions of the M4. So like the Passport X7D or the original Passport, the Passport. It's got BSRDR, which is going to make it a faster detector, which is great because that was one of the issues with the 9500 IX was it was kind of slow at reacting, and that had an impact on performance. So they are going to be speeding it up, which is really nice. You've got your auto learn technology, like I mentioned, your GPS lockouts, right? Drive around, automatically learns your false alerts and locks them out for you. You've got your Defender database for your red light cameras and all that good stuff around town. And Escort Live. There's no mention about Bluetooth being built into the detector, but I think it is going to be built in, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So basically, it's an updated 9500 IX. You've got a new name, a new case. It looks like Bluetooth is going to be built in. You've got a new display. It doesn't look like it's going to have the Max blind spot filtering, but it looks like it does have the BSRDR. So let's talk about a little bit more about what we do know about it. Now, there's not really any details about it yet. Escort is actually going to be giving us more information about this detector next week. So let me share with you kind of what we do know about it so far, as well as just kind of my best guesses about what to anticipate. Okay. So if we take a look at it, Pointer Cone said that he knows that it's going to be one of their fastest, it's supposed to be their fastest detector, in quotes. We'll see what that means. And it's going to retail for $500, $499. If you take a look at the 9500 IX, that retailed for $450. So for an extra $50, you're going to be getting the updated version of the detector with, the new display, BSRDR, potentially Bluetooth built in, all this kind of stuff. So it's an updated version of the 9500 IX. As far as, okay, here we go. So we're going to have BSRDR, so band segmentation and RDR. Awesome, help performance, give us better range. The display colors can be changed. Now, the range is going to be less than the Max and the Max 360. So it's not going to be based on the M5. It's got less range, and it has BSRDR. So it's going to be based on the M4 platform, which makes sense. Escort loves this platform, and they build tons and tons and tons of detectors around this same platform with, different cases and different displays and features and all that kind of stuff, but the same platform that we've seen time and time again. I'm actually really glad, like he was saying here, they're not telling us that this is going to be, being on par with like an M3, like the Redline or the Magnum in terms of performance, and it's actually really nice, especially after what happened with the Max, that they're giving us realistic expectations. So thank you, Escort. That's really awesome. Now, as far as that $499 price point, I think that's a little high. I understand because it's going to be the successor to the 9500 IX, right? Now, kind of realistically, where would the price land? Well, let's take a look. We know this guy retails for $450, and then the Max 2 $600 here. So if you take a look at where the prices actually land now on Amazon, for example, 9500 IX $450 is the retail price, but you can find it for $329. So what is that, like $120 less? The retail price on the Max 2 is $600, but if you go on Amazon, you can find it for $400, so like $200 off retail, right? So you can find a lot of these detectors cheaper than full retail, but for just the sake of kind of an apples to apples comparison, we'll talk about just retail pricing, right? So this guy is going to retail for $500. We'll see where it actually lands initially. Probably this guy is $330, then I don't know, $370, somewhere between $350 to $400, whatever. Anyways, you've got like the DFR7, which you can find online for about $315, $320. You can find it here for $300. So this is kind of one of the things, is this is going to be one of its biggest competitors. You've got your GPS lockouts and red light cameras and all this kind of stuff, and that's what it's going to be competing against. Now, if we take a look at this guy, You know, that $500 price point does not sound great, but if it does come down, that would be nice. Let's see. This one has a different processor that's faster, and it's able to handle stationary and mobile blind spot falses better than the old unit. So that's really good. I don't know, to what degree it's going to be better. It doesn't sound like it's going to have the full max level capability, like the Max 2, filtering out those blind spot falses, but we'll have to see, right? So a lot of things currently are still very much unknown, and once we get more information, we start getting copies of these detectors, we'll know more information about it. Now, if you take a look at the FCC ID for this detector, you'll notice here it actually does end in BT2. If we pull this up, with the FCC IDs, QKL is Escort's designation for all their detectors. This particular one ends in BT2. So if it has BT in it, it's letting me know that this detector actually does have Bluetooth built into it. And if that's the case, it's going to be very similar to the Max 2, right? Where you got your Bluetooth built in for your Escort Live support, which makes sense because Escort now is, they're loving to include Bluetooth to, integrate with Live with all of their detectors. So it looks like it should have Bluetooth built in. So basically how it compares to the 9500 IX, well, it's going to have obviously the new case, the new display. It looks like it should have Bluetooth built in. I'm not sure totally, but it looks like it should based on the FCC ID. And it should have BSRDR to give us the faster response time and potentially a better blind spot filtering as well. So that looks to be kind of the idea with this new detector. So as far as what we've seen so far online, that seems to be kind of my best guess as far as what to expect. As we get more information and more discussion, all this kind of stuff, you can take a look at this thread here on RDF. I'll put a link in the video description here to where you can read more. While the discussion happens, if we get more information, etc. You can follow along on the forum, once we have more information next week. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that, and I'll keep you guys updated as new detectors and fun new information comes out. So you can go ahead and subscribe there and get more information as it's released. So anyways, thanks for watching. That's kind of what we know so far. And yeah, cool. Another new detector. I'm glad to see an update to this one because it's a really popular one. I don't think it'll be the greatest detector ever necessarily, but it's a nice update to one of Escort's most popular detectors. So in that sense, I think it's going to be a nice update to the 9500 IX. So cool. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.